friends, this is Mary. You're watching Cardz TV. I'm so glad you came by today because we're going to make some more beautiful cards using some Dollar Tree stickers. And for this first card, we're going to be using some of these pretty flowers. We've got some carnations, and I'm not sure what these others are, but they're very pretty and very colorful. And we've got a white card base, and we're going to use some black mats. This pretty dark pink, and I love the pattern on there. And we've got a white mat, which I've run through a embossing folder. So let me get the things that I used and show you the dimensions, and we'll get started on this first card. For card number 1, we're going to be using these pretty carnations. Now this was 2 separate stems with just 1 flower, but I wanted to have the 2 of them. And I don't know if you can tell, but I glued the stems together in the back to make this double flower cluster. So we're going to be using that. And let me give you the dimensions. We know our card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches when folded. Our first mat is black, and it is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. This beautiful kind of a medium pink, I love the pattern, is 4 by 5 1/4. Then we've got another black mat to go behind our white mat, and it is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. And our little white mat is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Now this little white mat, I hope you can see that. I love that. I ran it through this Cuttlebug embossing folder. It's called Baby's Breath. And it's so pretty. I love the pattern on there. So I'm going to grab my glue, get my ruler out of the way, and get all these layers attached to the front of my card. And many of you ask, I'm using Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. And I get this on Amazon. I save on the postage because I have Amazon Prime, so I pay no shipping. And I get it in a couple of days, which is why I get it there and not from Barely Art Precision Glue or some other vendor. Somebody had asked me about that. Okay, let's go ahead and get this card started. Now, I put some extra glue behind this embossed piece to fill up all those indentations so it would be sure and stay down better. Now, next, I cut these 3 arched pieces of cardstock, and I use these 3 stitched arched dies. And let me give you the dimensions on these. The larger one is 3 by 4 1/4. Then the middle is 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. And the smallest is 2 inches by 3 1/4. I'm going to put some foam tape behind the middle and the smallest one, and then get those on the larger one. And this is going to make like a kind of a platform to put my flower on. And I think it makes the card look extra special. So let me grab my foam tape and get that on, and we'll get that on the front of our card. My big roll is dwindling down. Love my foam tape. I love the way this turned out. Can you see that dimension? Love that. Now, I'm going to put this down flat on my card because I think we've got enough dimension from the foam tape between the two layers. And also, our flower has foam tape on it. So we'll go ahead and get this attached to the front. And I'm going to take a stamp block and lay on this because it is going on top of that embossed layer, and I want to make sure it gets good adhesion. I've put extra glue on there. I just love the way that looks. Okay, we're going to put this down and let this dry just for a little bit and make sure it adheres. Okay, that stuck down really well. Now it's time to put our flower on, and I'm going to put that at a little bit of an angle, and that's going to come off the edge. And can you see all the shadows that these layers have created? And really gives this card lots of dimension. That's what I love about it. Let's get the backing off the foam tape. And I'm going to put some glue on the stem and a little on that leaf. Where are my tweezers? We're going to put that right about there. That looks so, so pretty. And for our sentiment, I've got Thinking of You. This is also on foam tape. And I'm going to put it a little bit to one side, right across that stem. And I've created another one of those copy paper butterflies, like I showed you a couple of weeks ago. And this one is like a medium pink, and then some darker, not magenta, lighter than magenta. But I thought it went well with the carnations. And I'm going to put this right up here. And you can see there's a little sparkly dot right there on the butterfly's body. And I got these. These are gorgeous. They are so shiny. I'm going to try to tip them where they don't blind you. This is, let me think what these are called. These are round jewel dazzles. I got these from hot off the press. Aren't they gorgeous? And they're the perfect color pink. So I took one of the smallest ones, put on the butterfly, and I think I may be going to put just a few more around my flower. But let me go ahead and get my butterfly attached. Now I'm going to put just a little glue on the back. And it does take this a little bit of time to dry because it's going on a slick surface, which is the butterfly, and also the embossed surface. So I've got to let that sit and dry for just a minute. See, every time I pick up my finger, I pick up the butterfly. I just need to sit it there and walk away. Okay, guys, here is card number 1. I think it turned out so pretty. Now, I decided to go ahead and put my butterfly on a little piece of foam tape because I wanted it to overlap these arch dies. and I couldn't do it with just the glue. So I did add the foam tape, and I went ahead and added 3 more of these beautiful little pink dazzles. I love these because they're flat. So if you ever want to make a flat card with no foam tape or embellishments, these are perfect. But they give so much sparkle and shine. Just love them. So that finishes card number 1. Let's do card number 2, guys. For card number 2, I decided I would use this packet of scraps I found in my stash. It's got some beautiful papers in there. I love the colors, so we'll be using that. We're going to use Cardz TV Sketch number 55. You can find all the sketches over at my blog, cardstv.blogspot.com. They're all free to download. And we're going to use this sheet of, or one of the flowers on this sheet of Dollar Tree stickers. We've got a tag die and a leaf die that we'll also be using. So let me get my papers and my card base over here, and we'll get started on card number 2. Now we look at the sketch, and of course our card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and we have a white one. Our first mat is black. It is 4 by 5 1/4. That's going down first. Then this mat is 1 1/2 by 5. That's going to go right there. Our next mat is 2 1/8 by 2. Don't you love these papers together? And this mat right here is 2 1/8 by 2 7/8. I love that. Now I'm going to grab my glue and get all this adhered to the base of my card. I am loving this card base. That is so pretty. Now if we look over at the sketch, we see we have a circle, but I didn't want to put a circle on here. I wanted to put a tag. So I cut a tag. Where's my tag die? Using this little tag, and I'll give you the dimensions on that. And I used some more of my hand-stamped polka dot paper. This is a flower off that sheet of Dollar Tree stickers. And then I used this leaf die, and I'll give you the dimensions on that as well. And I cut 2 stems of leaves to go behind it. And I've got the flower on foam tape. And just for fun, I just tied this little, very loose bow and put it on with some glue. And this is crochet thread, guys. I think the color is ecru, but I thought that was so sweet on there. We're going to put that down right about here. We want to leave room down here for our sentiment. And because I've got foam under the flower, I think I'm going to put this down flat, and I'm going to hold it with my tweezers. So we'll get some glue on our little tag, and then I'll give you the dimensions of it in case you want to do the same size tag. And we'll get this on right about here. That's so sweet. I love it. Don't you love that, guys? Okay, the dimensions on our tag. It is, and this is a stitch tag. That's why I love it so much. This is 1 3/4 wide by 3 1/4 long. And this little set of leaves, this came from a set of Sizzix dies that I had. And I'm not sure where I got this tag die. It was in my stash. Okay, the leaves at their widest point are 1 1/4. And this is 2 1/4 long. So I'm going to grab my sentiment and some stamps and ink, and we'll get a sentiment on this sweet little card. Now for our sentiment, I punched out this cute little tag. It's 1/2 inch by 2 inches, and I stamped, "It's your day." This could be used for a birthday card or a Mother's Day card. I think this would make a beautiful Mother's Day card. And we're going to put that right about here, and I've got that on some foam tape. And that finishes card number 2. I love this card. It's so pretty and so sweet. Here are the 2 cards we made today, guys. I love both of them. They both have pink, black, and white. This one has a little touch of green. And both could be used for a birthday card, thinking of you, or a Mother's Day card. I think either one would make a great Mother's Day card. If you have a favorite, let me know down in the comments, guys. I'd love to know which one you like best. One is a little elegant and the other's a little whimsical. So it just, whichever is your preference, or if you're going to send this to someone, which one do you think they'd like? I hope you all have enjoyed this. I've had a great time making these cards today. Remember, I love you all. God bless you all, and I will see you again soon with another card. Bye now.